Darren, 4-3 defeat in the fifth round of the Irish Cup, the Carrick here today. Just, I suppose my question, and we talked about this the other day, my first question is give us your thoughts. I mean, how do you sum up, particularly the first half, but that game as a whole?
Yeah, disappointed obviously we didn't win the game. I thought it was a game that was there for us to go and win, and especially how we finished it. You know, a couple of chances we had. Started the game off really well. We obviously had a game plan, and you could see that. You know, to go and pick them off, and you know, going 2-0 up. I think, yeah, we've set ourselves up well here. We just need to manage it, and we didn't. You know, a quick throw in and not dealing with balls that come into the box. They're basics that we should be dealing with, and that's something we did work on during the week. You know, we knew how they had played, and we said, look, if we can't stop the cross coming in, then how do we deal when it does come in? And we didn't deal with that. But even when they went 3-2 ahead, you know, we showed that character to come back and equalise. Second half, I thought we were excellent. Yes, we should have dealt with. I think we started the game, the second half poorly, to be honest. Gave away a couple of sloppy set pieces, and then paid the price for it. But after that, in terms of the character and how we played, I thought we were excellent. And that's what you're looking to do from today. Look, we're not anyone's favourite for the Irish Cup, and whilst I'm disappointed to get beat, there's loads of positive to take into the next game. And you can see now, and I know it's early days. When you bring players in like Brian and Jamie, it lifts the intensity of it. You know, that's how you want to play, with that quick moving, moving the ball quick and runners off the ball. For large parts of since I come back, we haven't had that, obviously with injuries as well. But in terms of taking the positives from it, there are loads, but we need to build on it for next week.
Yeah, you touched on the positives there, and something you talked about in the build-up to the January transfer window, I suppose, is having that intensity, having that sort of running power, and having that energy, and particularly you touched on two of the new signings. Well, Brian Healy returning, but Jimmy Dorn, particularly in midfield, you know, get on the ball an awful lot, look to try and make things happen and get around the pitch. Is that exactly the sort of performance you were looking to see from him? Yeah,
that's why we brought Jimmy in. You know, he's about, you know, known for a long enough time, plays with that level, plays with his head up, plays forward. And suits our style of play perfectly. So going forward, yes, very, very good defensively. We need to fix things, and that's why again we'll be dipping back into the transfer. We will, until we get the players that I feel fit into the system how I want to play. You know, and along with the rest of the coaches, they can see what they're trying to do. The players can see today what we're trying to do, and not only are those lads playing well. I said once you bring in players of that calibre, it'll lift players around them. And you can see that from everybody today. I thought the lads as a group were very, very good.
Yeah, you touched on there the transfer window. Obviously, you've three new faces. One obviously being Brian Healy returning on loan, but Lorcan Donnelly wasn't involved today, and Jimmy Dorn, as we've touched on. Over the next week or two, do you expect, I suppose, to have anybody else in before the Ballyclare match next week?
Yeah, I'd like to get at least one in for next week. You know, if we don't, and look, it's not a case of a mad rush to get players in just for the sake of having players in. You know, I've been working for the past month, 6 weeks, speaking to managers throughout the country, you know, sounding out players, see who's available. So that's why the signings have come to fruition early, because we've done a lot of work in the background, knowing what was needed from early doors coming in. So yes, there will be activity this week, at least one. You know, I'd like to get a few more in, because even Gavin today, we didn't really want to start Gavin because he's only come back from injury, but we had to, and all being sick. So once we get the right players in, I'd like to think we'll be a different challenge for teams in the second half of the season.
And just finally on that Ballyclare game next week, how important is it to take those positives that you touched on from this game in the league form and sort of build up a bit of momentum?
Yeah, we have to. There's no point in turning around and playing well against a Premiership opposition and then faltering next week. And it doesn't mean that we're sitting patting ourselves in the back just because we played well today. We know next week's going to be difficult. You know, we know it's going to be a battle. Yes, they've lost the manager. They may well have a new manager in place next week, but teams like that are always, you know, going to be difficult because you don't know what you're going to get with them. But if we can play like that from now to the end of the season, it's going to be a lot tougher for teams than they had in the first part of the season.